Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's forecast, we're doing a deep dive across the US into rain, temperature, and wind conditions. If you find this update useful, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. It doesn't cost anything, and it ensures you stay one step ahead of changing weather. Ready to get started? Let's go. Today remains hot and humid across much of the eastern US and Midwest, with heat index values climbing significantly through parts of the Ohio Valley, Mid-Atlantic, and Northeast. Humidity levels stay elevated, making outdoor hours feel much hotter than the reported air temperature. Meanwhile, scattered thunderstorms are expected to develop from the plains into the Midwest and East Coast, with increasing coverage beginning in the mid-afternoon and carrying into the evening, bringing risks of damaging wind gusts and isolated flooding. A tropical plume anchored over the Gulf Coast continues feeding moisture northward. This fuel scattered to numerous thunderstorms from eastern Texas, across Louisiana and Mississippi, into Alabama and the Florida Panhandle. In cities like Houston, storm coverage remains high this afternoon, with intense tropical downpours possible. Local rainfall rates may exceed flash flood thresholds, and urban flooding remains a concern. Inland toward San Antonio, afternoon convection increases with isolated thunderstorms dropping heavy rain and producing gusty winds. Most rainfall totals remain moderate. Across the Ohio Valley, a weak frontal boundary sparks isolated showers and thunderstorms from Kentucky through West Virginia. Coverage remains light and most cells are short-lived and produce light rain. Showers may stray into eastern Tennessee and the central Appalachians later in the afternoon and into the evening. In the upper Midwest, near Lake Michigan and into Wisconsin and Michigan, scattered afternoon convection continues. Brief bursts of rain or lightning are possible, but widespread coverage stays limited. The Northeast is mainly dry under a strong heat ridge. Occasional isolated showers may form over the hills of western New England, but most major metro areas stay rain-free. The southwest mountains may spark isolated monsoon storms over higher terrain in New Mexico and Arizona. However, moisture remains limited and coverage stays low. Along the Pacific coast, strong marine suppression persists and no meaningful rainfall is expected. Heat continues to build across the deep south. Cities like New Orleans, Jackson, Atlanta, and much of Florida gradually approach extreme daytime highs, with humidity pushing heat index values even higher. The Midwest and Corn Belt remain extremely hot, with Chicago, St. Louis, Kansas City, and Des Moines experiencing high temperatures paired with very high dew points, creating uncomfortable heat stress conditions. The Ohio Valley and Mid-Atlantic maintain the same trend, with daytime highs pushing well into dangerous ranges and feels like temperatures approaching the extreme heat category. Northeastern cities such as New York and Boston remain hot and humid, with oppressive afternoon and early evening conditions. The desert Southwest remains severe, with Phoenix, Las Vegas, and Tucson continuing their string of triple-digit highs and very warm nights. The West Coast remains more comfortable overall, with cool coastal highs and slightly warmer inland zones under marine influence. Winds stay mostly light and variable across much of the U.S. interior. However, thunderstorm outflows may produce stronger localized gusts where storms are active, especially over the Gulf Coast and southern plains. Coastal regions experience steady breezes, particularly along the Atlantic and Gulf coasts, with occasional gusts around stronger cells. The Southwest sees gentle afternoon breezes, while the Pacific coast remains generally calm due to a prevailing marine layer. That wraps up your real-time U.S. weather update for Sunday, July 27th. From tropical downpours on the Gulf Coast to scattered storms across the plains and east, and dangerous heat dominating much of the country, today's weather poses real challenges. If this report helped you stay prepared, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. It's free, and it helps keep you ahead of what's coming next. Stay safe, stay cool, and we'll see you again tomorrow with a brand new update.